I could have gotten... I'm 1 minute late. But I could have gotten 0 minutes late. But guess what? Before I clicked on the go live button, my internet decided to crash. I'm gonna get mad at my computer and my internet one day. Oh my god. But anyway, how are you guys doing? I'll wait for people to come in, but my internet's not doing okay right now. So if I overdo my internet, something might happen. It should be fine though. Yeah, the bar's kind of going up and down. I'm actually really concerned for my computer. I hope I don't crash or anything during today. Or something. But I'm gonna wait for people to come in. I'm gonna wait for people to come in. And then I should be good to go. Alright. Let's go. No one's here, but let's go. Are you serious? Am I that far away from the game? The heck? I only have 2 things unlocked? That's not true. No. Okay. Load. Yes. Hey, Anime Pro Tag, welcome. Hopefully, I finish this game. And I swear I feel like I will. I think I will finish this game. So, I'm gonna put the review at the end. And it should be good. Hey, Keytrix! Hey, Scal! Welcome. Hey, Gordon, welcome. The next moment, they both broke into a quiet fit of giggling. Unable to stay serious, something. I forgot. Oh well. It's fine. How are you guys doing? Morning, you three. Morning. Well, it's not morning for me, but morning you, the people that are, morning. That are in the morning. Okay, give me a water! Hey, Echo, welcome. Hello, I think I'm the only, yeah. But welcome, Jason. Welcome to the stream. How are you guys doing this fine day? It had been a few weeks, now since Esther had first arrived at the manor. It's been a few weeks now. Bruh. Was it like most of the story just like the first 3 days? And now it's like, oh, it's been a few weeks now. Okay. I guess the story just doesn't matter anymore. Alright. Wait, let me... Okay. The days seemed to fly by so quickly that she could barely keep track. Between working and playing together with Sina, every hour always felt well spent without a single gap for boredom to seep into. Morning. But I think I don't count as a person. What do you mean? You all are salads. I'm not late, thank you very much. Since she'd gotten so caught up in their new routine, however, Esther hadn't spent nearly as much time researching as she needed to. In fact, the only thing she'd done was skim over a few shelves, and were incomprehensible writings she found often left her disheartened. I still have the nya! I can't stop doing it. It's not my fault. And after finishing her daily chores with Senya, she usually felt too tired to spend much time researching. But it was a pleasant tiredness, not the fatigue of those long bedridden days she often had before. Ah yes, I love that my cup is on a slanted position. It's amazing. My cup is on a very slanted position, almost gonna fall down. That's fine. Earlier that morning, after they had their morning tea together, Sinya had told her of the day's plans. Hey, Steam Buns, welcome! It's been a few days. How are you doing? Okay. First they'd wash their clothes, then gather some flour and herbs outside the manor's grounds before heading off to the cemetery. It felt strange at first to wear her nightgown into the forest, but Esther soon forgot about it. She was looking forward to have fresh, clean clothes again, and the stream's clear waters easily carried away all the dirt. Yes, it's not your fault. You were just meant for the nyans. Oh god, sleep stream? Bruh, no, I'm not doing no sleep stream. I remember I promised you guys I would, but it was going to be when I move out of my parents' house, which doesn't seem to be anytime soon because COVID's not ending anytime soon. And I don't even have enough money for it, so... Of course, they carry away one of Senya's ribbons too, but luckily, it now lay clasped between their fingers again. After they changed back into their dry clothes, the two girls set off towards the flower patch with their baskets. Slowly but surely, Esther had started growing more at ease in the deep forest. She had no longer felt haunted by the anxious, wary feeling from when she'd first journeyed here, and the woods she seemed so daunting and unknowable. Of course, she didn't understand them half as well as Senya, and a part of her doubted that she ever would. But at least the towering trees no longer felt quite as lonely in their vastness. Hey, friend-san, welcome to the stream. I don't think you missed anything too important. I mean, I'm just chilling here, just playing this game. I mean, yeah, we just started. But yeah. Soon they reached the flower patch, its many blooms glimmering beneath the sun's radiance. It felt so warm and pleasant that Esther felt a strong desire to simply bask in it all. ... Unable to resist the urge, she lowered herself down, sprawling out amidst the flowers like a contented cat. Good idea. Senya laid down beside her, mimicking Esther's relaxed stretch. The gentle breeze lightly brushed over them, ruffling their freshly clean clothes and hair. It felt as divinely peaceful as any place could possibly hope to be, a dimension that lay beyond earthly worries and duties. Get out of here. You know, I should just throw the dono tab. Anyways. Hey, welcome. The tan girl is hot. Both of them are very hot and cute. Dono is more important. No, that's not true. Come on. I mean, yes, it's important in some aspects, but I'd rather want you guys to enjoy the game. For a long, euphorical moment, it seemed like every ounce of weight had lifted from Esther's body, and she was nothing more than a fragment of sunlight in the sky. Esther? Esther? Hey, Armored Donut, welcome. Me want to read though. Yeah, you guys can see it. After a few moments, or perhaps many, Senya's voice drifted out the unhurried silence. I was wondering, could you tell me more about the city? What your life is like there, I mean. ... The question caught Esther off guard. It pulled her back from her airy, dreamlike thoughts, teetering her to reality again. Since she'd started living with Senya, most of their conversation had been light and topical, and if anything, Senya had actually avoided asking about the city. But once her initial surprise had faded, she found a reply rising to her mind with unusual ease. Perhaps a part of her wanted to share more of her life with Senya. Broke gang. What is going on? The city is static, efficient, and industrial, but always the same. I mean, that's how it is. Academics and engineers say they're making advances every year, but in the end, life never really seems to change. I call dibs on Esther. Bruh, Esther looks like so cool. Like, yo. The thing is that that's how it is. Like, if life is changing while you're putting the work into it, it really looks like life is not really changing because you're constantly working. So your life doesn't really change. Your perspective of life changes, and certain aspect of life changes, but the only way you truly change your life is by changing the amount you work, the way you handle life, and like the time you put into life. There's all these little things that that really stand upon life really never seems to change, even though things are happening, but nothing at the same time. You know, I advise everyone to take a break and watch the clouds slowly drift away as you lie down, because it's always something kind of weird to lay down in an open field and then you feel the sky rotating, just moving along the sky, and the clouds and everything, just everything's moving along the sky while you're just sitting there. I don't know. For me, I always like that feeling. It feels like time stopped and you're really noticing life. It felt so strange to look back on her home now. Here, deep within the forest, those cold steel towers seem like distant fantasy, not something that even exists in the same world. How does your eyes hurt? There are people from different classes, the wealthy, the poor, and the in-between. They have very different lives and very different senses of what is normal. They have different morals, and they have different senses of what is not normal. But no matter how much money they have or don't have, everyone still suffers in their own ways. Oh my god, that's so true. That is true. Everyone suffers, no matter how much money they have. It's just that the mind really changes your mind about how things are seen. Just because to someone that something is not a big deal doesn't mean it's not a big deal to the person. Because eyes have pain receptors, maybe this. Pain receptors, what the heck? Cheese no. Cheese no. Huh? What? How does your eyes hurt when you look at the clouds? Alright. But I like looking at nature too. I just like looking at a tree, maybe just blowing across the wind. Focus on a leaf that just fell off the tree, and it's just riding the wind. That's fun. Oh, sensitive eyes. Okay. Then don't look at the sky. You can always just notice things. How would I say? Just notice things. Like, notice little things that happen here and there. Also, I have gummies. Just notice things here and there, especially nature, because with nature, things are alive, and the the idea of things being alive around you just really, it really changes your perspective of your life and other people's lives. You know, I spent a lot of my time just standing around and watching people on the streets, observing people, whether someone tripped, someone's laughing. I wonder what's going on in their lives. Where's the switch? Bruh, I want dark mode. Anyways. But no matter how much money they have, yeah. Getting a new device to keep track of time, or warm the house changes things on the surface. But in the end, it never really helps people's pain. That's true. I feel like people overthink. People overthink about fixing the things that they need to fix, and they dedicate their life into fixing these things. They don't understand the true joy of life and how there are bad things that come with the good things. And yes, it's great when you take off the pain, but new things always come in, and you've just used a lot of your time to fix something that may have been fixed, but other things will soon come in. Bye, Excalibur! We're totally having fun having this poetic moment. I feel like I'm just boring everyone. It only gives it a new name and a different form. So true. When Esther described the city like this to someone who'd never seen it, it sounded so bleak and hollow, a place no one will surely want to live if they could help it. That's how she truly felt too? No matter how much technology we have, none of it can help with finding a cure for the pale. We're as helpless against it as we were from the beginning. The only thing we can do is try and abate the symptoms. Esther's voice gradually trailed off into a subdued murmur. The breeze drifted over them again, carrying away the last traces of her words, but not the weight of futile hope they left behind. Something about the beautiful clear sky brought a deep melancholy to her heart. Hey, Watashi, welcome. What's up? I mean, we're being very philosophical. It's not boring. Well, to some people it is. So I'll try to keep it short if I want to say something. A carefree purity above all sickness and despair, all the more lovely for how untouchable it was. The pale. The pale. I'm sorry, I don't really understand it very well. After a long pause, Senya finally spoke up again, sounding unusually shy and hesitant. Papa told me it affects everyone differently. Some people don't show many signs at all, but others are always very sick. What is it like for you, Esther? I mean, if it's only right to ask. ... Although Senna hastily reassured her, Esther realized she didn't want to say silent, like she normally did when asked such a question. She'd never truly explained the feeling before, but now the desire to share it with somebody almost overwhelmed her in its intensity. The pail came to me around 4 years ago. A few months after I lost a tournament, one that was very important to me. I'm very carefree with life. Hopefully I won't regret it. Me too. I'm pretty carefree of life. I'm carefree in a... oh well. Oh well. Whatever happened just happened. Anyway, moving along. At first, when I started spending days in bed from exhaustion, I thought I just caught a common illness. But after the day of tiredness kept stretching on and on, no doctor could find anything wrong with my body. I realized what it really was. For me, the pail is like a parasite. I can feel it inside me, draining my energy, stealing my mind away from things I want to focus on. There are good days and bad ones, but sometimes even speaking feels like it's impossible. The medicine helps, but it feels like it's gotten less and less effective since I started taking it. Her fingers drifted on the small puncture spot beneath her sleeve, where the flesh had grown slightly discolored and permanently tender. Since she started injecting herself, Esther always wore long sleeves to hide the mark, even when it grew warm outside. I'm pretty sure I missed a lot from this stream, didn't I? Well, this is part 3, so you probably missed a lot from those streams. If you're talking about the story, but sort of. I mean, all I did was, for this stream, I talked about some poets and life lessons, and that's about it. Back when I was studying at the academy, I struggled with the pail for my last 3 years. The teacher who had mentored me, the ones who'd always doted on me, I saw them pull away, and they realized I couldn't accomplish anything anymore. Even my friends were starting separating me from me, thinking I was someone who only dragged them down. My results slipped more, and by the time I finished, I'd lost any chance of becoming a researcher I dreamed of being. I didn't want to go back and study more, or start an apprenticeship for another trade that I would only fail at. My carrots kept telling me that I should settle for simple work or find someone who'd support me, but I hate both of those ideas. I wanted to make my own life. I promised them I'd find a cure for myself within a year, or at least something that would help my symptoms more than the medicine did. But even though I searched far and wide, and met many different kinds of people, and I saw many different kinds of advanced medicine, nothing worked for me. As she spoke, her mind flitted back to her many travels. The odd jobs she'd worked on, the fascinating books she found in old libraries, the doctors and shamans who came from such varied walks of life, and how restless she felt now looking back at those times. Poets and life lessons must have been real interesting, important if I'm not wrong. I mean, I guess so. It's interesting, but I don't think it's too important. I'm just blabbering. Every time I thought I found something, and I started latching onto the hope for a cure, it always ended up as another empty promise. And now the year I've given myself is almost over. I could keep searching, but I don't have the will to continue after so much failure. Finished the thought in her head. Something she couldn't bring herself to say aloud. I need to go back home. I don't want to abandon my parents, and I can't keep wandering forever. No, not a cult, no. I had my chance, and if I failed, then I have to move on. Esther did her very best to make her voice sound firm and resolute, but she couldn't keep the note of sorrow from sinking at the end. No matter how hard she tried to trick herself otherwise, the prospect of returning home filled her with dread. So the rumor about Papa's research, that was your last hope? Yes. When Senya finally questioned her, after a long pause, Esther bit her lower lip briefly. I don't want to go back to my parents empty-handed. I don't want to tell them I lost. A somber, heavy silence weighed over them, out of place among the beautiful skies and singing birds. Esther felt guilty for sharing such dark thoughts with her friend, but at the same time, it lessened her burden a little when she voiced them, no matter how hopeless the situation was. Sena. Watermelon. Watermelon. She could tell Senna was truly listening to what she said, and her quiet sympathy brought Esther more relief than she expected. Senna, I'm just gonna skip the I. Sena. Bruh, Skolak doing steam buns like that. Esther, whether or not you find something in Papa's research, you haven't lost at all. Rising up into a sitting position, Sena hugged her knees to her chest, gazing intently down at Esther. You fought so hard, traveled so much, and never stopped searching, even when it seemed hopeless. Most people would just give up with symptoms like yours. If the doctors can't discover a cure, how could anyone else hope to find one? Yet, here you are, still looking everywhere you can, doing everything you possibly can do. Because you want to love your life, don't you? You'll never be happy just sitting around struggling on for no reason. That's so me. Hey, Kari! Welcome. Hey, Break the Walls Down. Welcome. Cure for diabetes. Wait, what? After her firm, gentle, childing words, a smile started to soften in Sena's feature. She studied Esther with eyes that seemed far more perceptive than most people Esther had met, in a city or somewhere else. When I look at you, I just get the feeling that, more than anything else, you hate giving up. And even if there's no cure, and all you've done really did end up being in vain, you can still prove everyone who doubted you was wrong. You can research, you can explore, you can work. Really, you can do anything you want, even if they try and tell you otherwise. It's just that you need a reason for it, one you can truly believe in. Don't you think so, Esther? Reaching out, Esther took Esther's hand in her own smaller ones, giving them a reassuring squeeze. Hey, Nox, welcome. I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing? Then, with a faint huff of exertion, Sena rose her feet, pulling Esther up alongside her. Sena's eyes is pressure-inducing. Really? If you're a strong girl, Esther, why someone would have to be blind if they couldn't see that? Small hands. Oh, shoot! Oh my god! Stop scaring me like that! Oh! Thank you for the subscription, Junko. Alright. My god, scaring me like that. That's why I know the pale will win against you in the end. Really, how could it? You're very stubborn about things. I mean, stubborn in a good way. Hello, jump scares. My god. For sure I will cry when I see the wedding ring. Wait, what? Wait, what? You have a very lovely wedding ring. Such a great wedding ring. Huh? When did I get a wedding ring? The heck? We need more jump scares. We'll grant. No, I'm not gonna do another one. I'm never gonna do another one. Ever again. Phasmo is the last one. So that's why I think you have a better chance of curing yourself than anybody. You'll find something. I know you will. But like I told you before, I'll help you any way I can, no matter what, I promise. Esther. You're being jump scared by your own. Okay, Keytrix, come on. So for No! Phasmo is the last one, that's what I'm saying. Maybe it was the light, cheerful, confident way Senya reassured her, or perhaps Esther had just always wished she could hear those words. Whatever the reason, it felt like she was speaking the truth. Unlike the empty optimism that so many people passed around, Senya always seemed so genuinely believe in what she was saying. The one on Twitter? Oh, that ring? Yeah, what about it? What about it? Oh, I'm not playing Phasmo again. It made it much easier for Esther to believe her, too, at least in part, if not yet fully. You're too kind to me, Senya. Oh, that's a silly thing to say. How could anyone ever be too kind? Very easily. Huh? I don't think I believe you. Besides, it's not kindness, I'm just telling the truth, that's all. Chill! Yuri! Half exasperated, half overcome with affection, she picked up the small... Oh, my heart! Yuri! Okay, sorry. What did she say? She's going to play... No. No. What do you mean, no? When I draw, I can't know that Sky saying with the chat or read something. Wait. Wait, did I hear Yuri? Yuri! I wish Grandma would. Nope. 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 Never. Nada. Nope. I was sleeping. Well, you heard the calls of the Yuri gods and goddesses. They're probably all goddesses. Who knows? She was light enough, even enough that Esther could swing her around a little, ruffling the flowers around them. Oh, so cute. Oh my god. Ah! Senya squealed in delight, wiggling her feet as she flung her arms around Esther's neck. They'd grown comfortable enough over the past weeks to play and poke fun at each other, always in good-spirited fashion. You mean Yuri? Okay, sorry. When is the hand holding? And it brought no small amount of joy to Esther's heart when she made her friend laugh. Her friend, I see. Yuri is the best. Is this Yuri? It's not considered Yuri, but it's two girls bonding, so I'm gonna call it Yuri. Yeah. Yeah, it's so canon. By the time she set Senya down again, Esther's grim mood has mostly lifted. There were still a few tasks left to finish too, which helped distract her from the unpleasant, ever-looming prospect of returning home. Bonding, they say. Yes, bonding. You mean hand-holding? They're gonna do it. I swear. You guys want to make a bet? You guys want to make a bet? I'll do one push-up. I'll do one push-up if they don't handhold today. I bet you they're going to handhold today. Okay, one push-up. Because I can't do one push-up. After they picked a large basket full of flowers, she followed Senya to the cemetery where they set about adoring all the graves. I swear they're gonna handhold today. It was a solemn and yet unexpected pleasant task, one that always put her into a reflective mood. Okay, 10 push-ups. Okay. They're going to get it bonding. What is that, steam buns? I don't think anyone does that. Perhaps it was bet. Okay, I see how it is, guys. They're going to handhold. If not, then you guys have to spam the channel in any promotion channel. Actually, don't do that. I don't want trolls. So if I win the bet, you have to promote me. Okay, actually, never mind, no. You have to, can I take all your points? Okay, no, I'm not gonna do that. They will not feet hold, thank you very much, no. Where's Ellie for the kissing scene? Bruh, there's no kissing scene, I think. I think, though. Remember that one scene? They were all huddled up to each other? Oh my god, you guys. There was almost a kiss. You guys heard it. Who is the killer? Who's the killer? What do you mean, who's the killer? My hard-earned points. Hey, no hand-holding. Only mouth-holding. No, that's what the heck? Is being taken on a whim. Okay, okay. Okay. The bet is that if they handhold, then that means I win the bet. What do I get? Yes, clipping is considered a promotion. Yes. So, you guys have to, you know what? You guys have to, share me somehow if I win the bet. Not to trolls. I do not want trolls. And if I'll put it up to 50. I'll do 50 push-ups. And if I get tired of actual push-ups, I'll do, oh, a whole watermelon. Okay. Okay, a whole watermelon. How about this? How about this? Steam buns. How about I do the push-ups until I get tired. And if I don't do 10 push-ups, then I'll have to eat an orange without peeling the skin. Because I do not have watermelon. I'll eat a whole orange without peeling the skin. Yes, I will. No, I'm not going to eat. I can eat a whole watermelon. Bruh, I don't have watermelon in my house. It's not watermelon season right now. Whole watermelon it is. I don't have a whole watermelon. The heck? Grandma, what? What? A watermelon is doable, or a orange, as you just said. Okay, so I can do orange. Eat house. Eat 20 oranges! Jeez, I don't have 20 oranges! Guys, calm down. Okay, okay. We'll ship a watermelon. I'm not gonna eat a house. Bruh, I don't think house is tasty. What do you guys want? I can eat a whole orange. I will consume the skin of an orange. Crack your finger? I do not know how to crack my finger. We'll ship a whole watermelon. What do you guys want? House is tasty. House is not tasty. Guys, have doable challenges, please. Literally not death sentence challenges. No, Mom. Jeez, I paid so much for this. A whole house it is. No! Oh my god. My parents are going to be asking me why I am literally chewing a wall. Why am I chewing a wall? Deconstruct and reconstruct the house. Doable challenge. That is not a doable challenge! Oh my god! Guys, oh my god. Kiss the Eat cheese? I'm kidding. Unless. Don't eat meat. Unless. I do not have cheese in my house, though. So. Bro, I'm not gonna kiss the computer screen. Unless. Ask Ray for challenges? Alright. Well, Ray isn't alive right now. Is Ray alive right now? Bro, Ray, you alive right now? Nah, Ray's not alive right now. What? Dude, okay. You guys need eat a stick of butter. Bro, I don't even have butter in my house. Guys, have doable challenges. Skylark alive? They're probably not alive. Yeah. Huh? Oh, I meant online. Oh my god. No, not like live or not live. Skylark, what? Eat your hair. Eat fridge. Eat only one piece of chip per bag. What does that even mean? Like armpit? I don't even think I can reach. Okay, I don't know what challenges you guys are putting, but I'm gonna continue the game. So perhaps it was more of the sake of the living than the dead, but it was still felt as if they were doing something important. As Esther passed by the Manor Soul, however, an unexpected shiver ran down her spine. She didn't know why, but something about that place. It seemed to be beckoning to her. Why exactly an eerie mausoleum would be beckoning to her, she had no idea. It was just her persistent curiosity, most likely, since the doors were shut and locked tight. Eat the air or eat your own bed. Finish getting over it. Can you reach your elbow with your tongue? Probably not. Do a hand reveal? Nah. Perhaps someday she'd get to wander inside, although the interior would probably be far more disappointing in reality. It was still a late afternoon when the two girls finally returned to the manor. Since they finished their chores earlier than normal, Esther found herself with an unexpected amount of energy left over. She decided to visit the study and comb through more of Isaiah's difficult writings, which require quite a bit more effort to focus on. After wishing Esther's luck, Senior went off to clean the manor's lower level, suggesting she come down for dinner once it grew dark. Okay. That's fine. I can do that. Okay, so the challenge. Let me write it down for you guys. The challenge is simple. If they hold hands, then viewers must share or promote Skylark. If they don't, then Skylark will do a... They're not a feet holding! Oh my god, steam buns, that'll never happen! Then Skylark will do a collab with her mother. It's hand holding! What the heck is feet holding? I've never heard that in my life. They kiss and kick. No, my god. Alright, there. face mask when kissing. Hand holding and feet? No! Just hand holding! Oh my god, you guys, I don't know what's going on in your guys' ears or eyes. Esther. Despite the relatively short time she spent in the study over the past few weeks, its unusual atmosphere bothered her less than before. The lonely, dusty feeling hanging over the room was almost comforting in a way. In a way, though now that she knew about Isaiah's disappearance, something about it still sets her on edge. Small letter. After going through the dusty tombs for a while, Esther managed to roughly work out the next era of Isaiah's writings. Chronologically, they moved next to another shelf full of writings on spirit and metaphysical research. He collected an impressive amount of very old books, fragile to the point that Esther feared they might crumble in her hands. After shuffling through the few uninteresting entries, she stumbled upon another one that mentioned Sina. Lifting it up to the light, she curiously began to read. Hand-holding with no skin-to-skin contact to remove skin! No! Don't remove the skin! Also, this is really small. Let me put this like... There. Is that better? Hey Dragon, welcome! Despite the constant efforts of my research, I feel as if my faith in a cure is waning. The same medicine that abates most symptoms, a tincture of blood, alcohol, and essence of nepenthes, also creates a dangerous dependency. I doubt its suppressing effects could ever lead to permanent satisfactory results. Skylac, take off your wig. Skylac uses a wig. Wait, what? I don't think I have a wig on right now. That is not a wig, yeah. Attempting to study the pale symptoms, either on myself or records of past victims, it's a bitter struggle. Even within one person, they are painfully exclusive and volatile. While some sufferers live relatively normal lives, others so crippled by fatigue that they can barely function. Many individuals, if not most, seem to move between these two stages with surprising regularity. Then, even more baffling, there are some cases where the sickness miraculously disappears. Their normal iris color returns, and the patient's lethargy vanishes. That's bread. Bruh, my hair is bread? Bro, let's bake my hair one day. Of course, this rarely occurs overnight. In most occurrences, it takes years for such a change to happen, and often coincides with strange, unique events in the individual's life. Skylac, leg reveal when? No, I'm not doing leg reveal. All of this apparent randomness frustrates me to no end, and no prior researcher has ever been able to trace the common thread between those who are cured. Foolish as it is, I cannot help but question whether something beyond a mere biological affliction lies in the heart of this disease. I find myself returning again and again to the metaphysical, and in particular, the numerous incarnations of those unknowable entities, the Talmaveth. A particular strain of them, known as the Asphriel, by most appear in my literature with various fearful mentions. Such superstition strikes me as beyond foolish, but I must admit their inflames my ever insatiable curiosity. I'm so bad at reading! I know this line of research will inevitably end in further disappointment, but for now at least it preoccupies my mind in place of other burdens. Like the matter of this troublesome child, of course. She was to have her mother's name originally, but I am not so cruel as to let that name curse remain with her. Thus I have given the girl a new name, Sina. Something about the sound of it matches the blind sparkle in her oppressively endless energy. Children are so baffling creatures. Truly, I have forgotten just how innocently every life begins a journey. Even those who one day become the most irredeemable of corrupted souls. That's true. It's black squid? Oh God, no. Irish devils, huh? What's going on? Tracing her finger lightly along the parchment's edge, Esther muffled over the meaning of what she just read. Had Isaiah really given up on a scientific cure? He seemed to share her skepticism of the supernatural, but exasperation must have driven him to it as a last resort. It disappoints her, though she could understand where he was coming from. When something had no apparent explanation, it was natural to start wondering if a god or otherworldly force hadn't played a hand attempting to send a signal or a message through indirect means. Watermelon. Matanene. What is that? But to attribute an entire disease to such forces. ... She gave a firm shake of her head. Hopefully Isaiah had eventually left this line of research for something more practical. Otherwise, all of her searching here would only lead to another dead end. For now, though, she needed to follow his train of thought, scanning through everything in case a stray lead pop up anywhere. Wow, that black squid arrived so late. What do you mean? Children are mysterious creatures. That's true. Children are mysterious creatures. Like, I don't understand how, like, their brain works and how it's just, you know, I don't understand how babies are just, how are creatures coming into this world anew, how are they so happy? You see babies, they're always smiling. And you really wonder what's going on in their mind these first few years. Is it endless happiness that's going on in their mind? Is it just endless happiness? I have a kid with my back. My parents said that it was difficult for me to make me laugh as a baby. Really? Laughing at simple things. Maybe it's just in and out. Can trade? Yeah, we back. Sorry about that. Anyways, my TED Talk about babies. Bruh. It's literally just a TED Talk about babies that we're doing right now. Carrying a stack of books and paper over to the window desk, Esther did her best to pore over them thoroughly. Beyond Isaiah's occasional dry remarks on Sinner's growth and education, however, the only thing he'd written about was his metaphysical studies and continuously failing experiments. Oh shoot. It's not updated. Let me update it. Alright. Alright, should be good. There, now I can see you guys. Any tips on how to take care of I don't know what you mean. I hunt wall and I found one. Nice. In a way, she could empathize with his ever-increasing despair and frustration all the while. When it finally grew too dark to read and her focus began waning alongside the sunlight, Esther remembers Sinya's suggestion. It was a good idea. It was a good thing the other girl was around to remind her to eat, as she often forgot about meals during the day. You say it like it's not normal. I don't think you want to make it normal. Putting away her books, she hurriedly downstairs, where Sena just had finished cleaning the parlor. Over a meal of delicious quinoa curry, Esther shared her findings with her friend, who listened intently to every word. Curry? Do you mean there's meat in that thing? Where the heck did they get meat? After a thoughtful pause, Shannon agreed with Esther's belief that her father's supernatural studies likely never led him anywhere. Yet despite her words, she seemed more hesitant than usual. Perhaps she knew something Esther didn't. If there was anything concrete, though surely she would have shared it instead of keeping quiet. Though naturally, there was nothing concrete about the supernatural to begin with. That's true. We've been really productive today, haven't we? Laundry, gardening, tending the graves, cleaning, researching. Isn't it nice? I always feel so lovely after a good day of work. It does feel nice. I didn't have many of these days back when I lived in the city. Oh, that makes sense. If you barely have energy to move, of course you can't do much that day. And I'm sure being stuck in bed only makes you feel worse. She needed to understand Esther clearly, more quickly than expected. Because she's seen her father in the same state before. I haven't had to worry about it since I came here. Maybe it's the fresh air. She offered a casual shrug, but deep down, she felt thoroughly grateful for the reprieve. Over the course of the few weeks in the city, she would have gotten long periods of near catatonic fatigue, stretching up to 3 or 4 days at a time. However, since she'd arrived at the manor, Esther hadn't experienced a single one of those disabilitating days. The heck are you talking about, breaking the walls down? However, since she arrived at the manor, Esther had experienced a single... Oh, it almost seemed too good to be true. Well, whatever it is, I'm so happy that you felt better here. You look a lot worse when you first arrived, but since then you really seem different somehow. It's hard to describe. Brighter. Maybe? More engaged? Less boring to be around, you mean? Less boring to be around, you mean? That's definitely not what I mean. I wouldn't be offended if you just said that. You are never boring, so I'm not gonna say it. You are a real jester now, though, apparently. Where did this come from? You are a real jester now, though, apparently. Does that make you the queen? Bro, that flirting! Yes! The queen of flowers, potatoes, and lentils, probably. Do most queens eat their subjects? Bro, what the heck? I just watched last night where there's... Oh! Ah! What are you... What the... Oh! The heck? What just shit? No, I don't want to know that. I don't want to know that. Get that out of here. I don't want to know that. Listen, they're quite happy to serve, and to be served, I hope. As much as Esther tried to keep a straight face, she couldn't keep from snickering at Sina's retort. The small girl beamed bright in response, evidently quite pleased that she'd been able to break Esther's deadpan expression. Well, I think this jester could use some rest. My legs are very sore. Agree. We both deserve a long sleep, don't we? Yawning contentedly, Sonia gave Esther a small side hug before stepping back. Okay, we got a hug. When are they gonna handhold? I should have made the bet about hugging. Oh my god, they're not gonna handhold, I swear. Yawning contentedly, Sonia gave Esther a small side hug before stepping back, her eyes sparkling with satisfied drowsiness. Good night. I'll see you in the morning like always. Good night, Sonia. A faint smile crossed her features as she watched the smaller girl trot towards the stairs. Echo, are you in the chat? I need some help. It brought her comfort to know that they had a routine together, the first real routine she'd had since she left home. Except, of course, for her one nightly ritual. Bruh, you know what would be funny? If they do everything but hand-holding. Like they kiss, and then they hug, and then they sleep together, and then they start dating, but there's no hand-holding! Oh my god, that would trigger me so much! ... After putting her blankets on the couch and changing clothes, Esther sat down with a silver timepiece clutched in her palm. Blood, alcohol, and the essence of Nepenthes. Isaiah had mentioned them in his journal. Her watch held the latter two inside its case, but by injecting the toxin directly to her veins, it allowed a small amount of ingredients to last a very long time. She had it refilled at the last city she visited. It will last her at least a few more weeks. A few more weeks. No matter what, she would have to return home by then. Whether or not she found a cure, she couldn't stay here. It should be exactly, in context should be, alright. Use the fork. Wait, what? Spoon. Wait, what? That much was for certain. But someday, perhaps she could still come back. Oh, hey, Echo. It was just past. We were talking about, things in the past. But that's about it. But yeah, there were some interesting topics in the past. Yeah, we summoned. Sorry, Echo, we summoned you a bit too late. With that bittersweet thought lingering in her mind, Esther took her injection in a daze, clicking the watch shut in her palm once it was finished. Getting to sleep, however, proved more difficult than she thought. Despite her tiredness, she kept tossing and turning on the sofa, unable to get particularly comfortable. An image kept drifting through her mind, but whenever she tried to focus and put a name to it, the thought disappeared. I don't see much of a problem. Maybe less murder would be nice. Alright. I thought my life was cut off short. Oh, what do you mean? As she struggled to cling to that elusive vision, exhaustion finally won out, pulling her into a deep slumber. The last thing she could remember was a sudden strange question that surfaced from her subconscious. What if everything is not as it seems? What? He was an idiot. A complete and utter fool. A true laughingstock of a man. What kind of insecure weakling would start questioning himself over something like this? It meant nothing. It didn't matter. He didn't really, truly care. But as a pair of familiar footsteps rushed up the stairs, approaching his office with pure excitement, he felt more sickeningly nervous than before any presentation he'd ever given at the academy. Papa! I'm here, Papa. May I come in? Yes, you may. The next moment, his door flung open. A tiny figure came running up where he was seated by the window, bouncing on her toes and clapping her hands together lightly. I want to see it, Papa. Oh, please, oh, please. I want to see the gift you promised. Very well. Sit here quietly for a moment and cover your eyes. I will. I won't peek, I promise. Lifting up onto her lap, she watched Xenia sternly as she buried her face in her hands. Her fingers were tightly squeezed together. She seemed to be holding true to her words. With a long, quiet exhale, Isaiah slowly began to reach for the window curtain. Those insults make go brr. Brr, the gift, cover your eyes. Cover your eyes. What? There was a small lump hidden behind the fabric, and after pausing hesitantly, he pulled it out into the open. He'd been staring at this thing so much, it barely looked like anything to him now. The project first started months ago. He had read several books, drawn up numerous diagrams, and of course had gone through many failed attempts. Skylar, close your eyes. I am. My eyes are closed. His first iterations looked like the type of monstrosities that come shambling through one's nightmares. The later ones began to improve, and he still wasn't satisfied. Like with tailoring, his perfectionism forced him to work until his skills were at the very least consistently average instead of laughably amateur. And now here was the peak of his unimpressive results staring back at him with its beady eyes. What do you mean? My eyes are closed. You guys are just being a bit weird. You guys' eyes are interesting. His hand began to shake slightly. She might hate it. He'd have to watch her face fell in disappointment before she tried to put on a smile to make him happy. That would hide how ugly she thought it was. Papa? Can I open my eyes yet? Yes, wait, not yet. Hold on a moment. Keep your eyes very, very tightly closed, but take your hands off of your face. Like this? Yes, now hold out your hands. Okay, here they are. Biting his lip, he slowly pushed a small, fuzzy white present into Xenia's outstretched hands. Yeah, he said, wait. She's built different, guys. She can read with her eyes closed. Yeah. What are you guys talking about? If you close your eyes in 10 seconds, I'll give you money. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10 seconds. Her fingers indistinctly curled in to grasp it, holding the creature aloft in the air. Can I open them now, Papa? Yes. She was so cute back then. Oh, she's so cute back then. As Senia's eyes flickered open, Isaiah watched her intently for a reaction. A look of pure speechlessness, shock spread across her features. Oh, it's so cute! No, the avatar? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. There, 10 seconds. A look of pure speechlessness. She didn't even blink. She just stared, wide-eyed, her mouth falling open. He was right. She hated it. She couldn't even hide how terrible she thought it was. He was a fool. Dude! Isaiah, calm down! He was a fool to attempt such a silly thing. It would have been better to make her new clothes or get her a new book or craft something more tools for the kitchen. Hehe. Ha 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 ha. A kitty, my own kitty. She's so pretty and so soft. I love her, Papa. I love her so much. Tears overflowed on her cheeks. She giggled delightedly in between little sobs, as if the emotion was too strong for her mind to work out how she felt. Life is unfair. Life is just unfair. Okay? Life is just unfair. Oh well. There's no need to cry. Not if you're happy with it, I mean. But you made her, didn't you, Papa? You made her just for me? I put it together in a bit of spare time, yes? That's why I'm crying, silly. It's because you made it, like her, for me. And now I'll always have both of you. Is that his... I don't think so. Turning his head away slightly, Isaiah swallowed down the irksome lump forming in the back of his throat. He certainly didn't see the need to make such a fuss over it. Still, it relieved him that she recognized that the toy was supposed to be, at least. Recently, they spotted a few small forest cats around the manor, although the little creatures never dared to come very close. Xenia always gazed at them longingly, her eyes sparkling at the sight of their fluffy fur and tails. But whenever Isaiah's offered to bring back a pet from the city, she always refused. It was too cruel. Animals should always be free. He tried to explain that it would still be quite free, but probably live a better life than as a city stray. But Xenia didn't seem to be having any of it. Blinking curse needs to be gone. What do you mean, blinking curse? It frustrated him, especially since it was so thoroughly obvious that she longed to hold one of those forest cats. So he'd done his best to replicate her favorite of them all, a tiny white creature that peered at them from behind the tree while they worked at the garden. JK. What? Virus is still lingering. I guess so. Cradling the cat in her arms, Xenia curled up against her chest, sniffling. She almost never cried, which is why Isaiah felt completely at a loss for how to respond. He gave her head a few hesitant, gentle pats before letting his palm rest atop of the mane of her wavy hair. The tears would stop by themselves, eventually, probably. Happy birthday, Xenia. Oh, it's her birthday! Oh! Hey, Rigo, welcome. I'm not a kitty. What do you mean? It's just how you say the name. It's just how they say your name. No, I won't get any on her. I'll keep her safe. You'll see. Happy birthday, Xenia. It's not Isaiah's birthday. Yes, don't be fooled. What do you mean? I am more. I know you will. She gets jam on it. Whoopsies! Isaiah rose to his feet, holding her small daughter in one arm without much effort. She kept the cat snuggled against her chest as he carried both of them towards the door, marching purposely towards the kitchen. Happy birthday, steam buns! Oh god. Oh. Is it fine? Alright, so he had to disappoint her after all. For some reason, that made him feel the happiest he'd been in a long time. How funny that he should be content over something so trivial and mundane, so insignificant compared to his research discoveries. What a strange, soft old man he was becoming these days. But it couldn't be helped. Happy birthday, Wi-Fi! We back now. For now. Alright. The fire danced in front of her like always, casting a warm flickering light across the floor. Esther sipped her tea, gazing into the flames contemptuously. How long has she been here now exactly? It felt like years somehow. Perhaps it was because Senya welcomed her so warmly without any judgment or expectations. Senya understood her better than anyone else, even though they'd known each other for only a short time. You see what this is? This is called YURI! And she never needed anything from Esther, only her company and support.